Hello horror fans, welcome to Disasterpiece Theater. I'm Mike, this is James, that's Roddy, and today we are going to be talking about Lifeforce on this week's episode of Bad by Comparison.
And if you want to check out our website, you can go to www.
Or don't go to that website.
So, Toby Hooper and Dan O'Bannon collaborating. Not their first collaboration.
No, and not their best.
No,
not at all. This movie is...
busting at the seams.
It is.
And I'm busting at the seams to get into this movie because there's so much I love about it and so much I hate about it. I hate it, but I love it. It's a love-hate relationship.
I mean, I hate it more than anything. But
you hate it more than
watchable.
anything?
No, not anything in the world,
oh,
but
okay.
more than anything about
right.
it. This movie is all over the place.
Let's talk about how it starts.
Never at any point has its footing. So it starts with astronauts who are trailing the tail of a comet, and they find a spaceship. And it's worth pointing out that in the very beginning of this, they go into the spaceship and they see these giant vampire bat-looking creatures.
Right.
And then at the end of the movie, it's supposed to be a shocking reveal that Matilda May, the woman who's been nude throughout this film, is actually one of these creatures, which is not a shocking moment in any way.
Right, but they find one alive. I don't know if they're going to Mars or where it's a planet adjacent to Mars, but I guess aren't all planets adjacent to Mars?
Arguably, yes.
And they find, is it like 4 crystals, 5 crystals?
3. There's 3 of them.
And 2 of them are dead.
Yes.
And they bring one back to planet Earth.
And again, revealing what these creatures are in the very beginning, showing us these creatures right off the bat, and showing us tons of them. It's... Again, it completely undercuts how shocked we're supposed to be when we see what she really looks like at the end of it. Which we're not, because it's as if they showed Jaws in the opening scene of Jaws.
Yeah.
There's
nowhere to go.
There's no shock at the reveal later.
But you do get to see her naked, like through 90% of the movie.
You do.
And some people might find that offensive. I myself, being a human figure artist, I love the female form, so it's fun to draw and it's fun to look at.
We're also straight males, so we're obviously not going to complain about it. But certainly people would have problems with it.
Here and there.
Sure.
The occasional goat.
Whatever your thing is. But it's I mean, there's a million ways you can argue that this is not a feminist film, nudity aside. There's countless
I'd say
dialogue.
100,000 ways. A million?
There's tons of this kind of BDSM dialogue that happens throughout the movie, which is just as bizarre in the film as it sounds me saying it. It seems out of place, it seems weird, and it makes no sense. But it's scattered throughout the film. There's one point in which Steve Railsbeck, our hero in the film, he is interrogating a woman he's just met, and I think he says to her, like, he kind of grabs her and starts manhandling her.
Abusive.
In a very kind of abusive way. And I think the line he says to her is...
Suck my dick, bitch.
He doesn't say that. The other guy in the room, I think, says to him something along the line of settle down. And his line is, no, she's a born submissive, I can tell. It's something along that line. And it's you cringe when you hear it. It's such a bizarre line. And then in that same scene, he continues to kind of rough her up for this information. Again, a woman he has just met and has no reason to know whether she has information or not. And the other guy, he says to the guy, "Do you want to leave?" And the other guy sits down and says, "No, I'm a natural voyeur."
Yeah, it's strange.
It's very weird.
Like one of Dan O'Bannon's deep, dark fantasies or something like that. And a lot of his movies...
The dialogue says something about the writer, for sure.
Yeah. A lot of his movies feature naked women almost through the entire feature.
Yeah.
So... actually, I mean, I love to hate this movie because it looks great. It looks like a Dario Argento film. The lighting's fantastic. The shots are centered.
There is a good look to the film.
Yeah.
But...
And we're not just talking about a ballerina who's walking around with gigantic boobs and a hairy bush for 95% of the film.
But we keep talking about it.
I do.
It is arguably very hard to ignore. It is the entire film. But there's... The biggest downside of this film really is, aside from the fact you can't follow it, the plot goes everywhere, there's no way to know where it's going, which in this case is not a good thing.
No.
It has no one you care about in it. There's no protagonist, there's no... At the beginning of the film, we have the astronauts, which we think we're going to follow them. Then it cuts away from them, and it's a month down the line or something or other, and we're following a couple generals and a scientist and
these are
a
supposed
statesman.
to be very high-ranked military people who are carrying around like 38 snub-nosed handguns.
Yeah, it's very bizarre.
It doesn't make a damn bit of sense.
They didn't do a whole lot of research as far as the authenticity of the film.
And that's Tobe Hooper's career, really. You know, Invaders from Mars. And,
there wasn't a lot of planning involved.
And as bad as this is, I think it's like probably his fourth best film.
Yeah, which really points out that his good films are outliers in what has been a pretty insane career.
I feel like they had a low budget. I mean, I feel like in the beginning they were getting the money, and at some point the studio said, "No, we're done. This is what."
Understandably.
Yes.
Understandably. At some point the studio said, and worth noting, the studio was Canon Films.
Yeah. And this is why I feel that way. Because in the beginning you have this beautiful outer space scene. They're on Mars. There's these crystal chambers with these vampires in them and things. And they come back to Earth. And there's an amazing soul-sucking scene where the ballerina sucks the life out of the sky. Well, she sucks the essence? No, she... What does she suck out of him?
I mean, his energy?
Yeah, his energy. His life force.
Yeah.
It's right here on the title.
It
is the title. She sucks his life force. And that was a really great practical effect. Really blew my mind at the time. It was like, you know what? This is excellent. And then the climactic ending. We open with a spaceship. We close with a helicopter.
Yeah.
Do you see the decline? I want to open with a helicopter and end with a spaceship.
They definitely had funds pulled at the end of the film. And maybe that's why the ending is so anticlimactic, but the ending also doesn't fit. Because it's... As you and I have discussed, it's as crazy a route this film takes. And it goes all over the place, and it clearly... I will go as far as to say this film has fan service in it. There is a lot of fan service. Aside from the nudity, there's a lot of special effects that are great, but also not necessary and don't add anything to the plot.
And some hit and some miss, too.
Yeah.
There are some that's like, oof.
But the film goes all over the place, and it gets as crazy as it can at points, and it seems like even after all of that, at the end of the movie, they still thought they were making 2001.
Yeah.
Because there's no climactic ending. It's not
It's ambiguous.
It's like they thought they were going to throw in a metaphoric ending.
It's like Tobe Hooper decided he wanted to make Dario Argento's version of 2001.
Yeah.
That's what I feel like it's like, you know? And you get to see Professor Xavier in glasses, which is fucking awesome, if you ask me.
Really, sadly, a highlight of the film. But yeah, it's the ending just baffles, and it really doesn't make any sense that at the end of all the bullshit that we've just watched, at the end they want us to question things.
Yeah, I've seen
really
this thing 10 times, and I still have no fucking idea what it's about.
Yeah.
I don't.
Not at all.
I mean, I know what happens in the beginning. These aliens, they're vampires. She sucks somebody's soul. She walks around naked. And then it ends with a big helicopter type thingamajiggy. I don't know. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Would you recommend it?
I'd recommend viewing it just for how crazy it is. It's a film that everybody who likes movies, you need to see this just to see how out there it gets. But again, as regular entertainment, no, there's no reason to watch it. There's no characters you like. There's no one to follow. It doesn't help that the person who is, I guess, supposed to be our protagonist, Steve Railsbeck, he kind of has one acting level, which is agitated. It's really the only emotion he conveys throughout the entire film.
It's actually 3. It's mildly agitated, intermediate agitated, and full-blown batshit crazy agitated.
Yeah. I mean, there isn't a whole lot to it, and you don't. There's never at any point a reason to like his character.
No, that's been his acting style in every film I've ever seen him in.
Yeah,
also
true.
So, is this movie so bad that it's good?
No.
It's not really.
No.
Wow. I thought for sure you would find this so bad that it was good.
But it is bad by comparison because, as we do in Bad by Comparison, there are other films by the men who collaborated to make this, and women, that are really good films, and yet somehow they collaborated to make a massive pile of crap.
Yeah.
So, in the long run, maybe this film wouldn't be horrible, but compared to some of the other work they've done, it is bad.
I would have liked to have seen what they could have accomplished if they had the money that they wanted. You know, if it had like a $30 million budget. I don't know the budget.
I think a far shinier version of what we got.
Yeah. It's like shining a turd.
Yeah.
Or putting perfume on a pig. Speaking of other films that these people have.
So, this is written by
Dan O'Bannon.
Dan O'Bannon, who is one of your favorite writers.
Yes.
And he has written, at the very least, a great number of sci-fi films.
He actually, this is his directorial debut is Return of the Living Dead.
Which is,
I think, one of the greatest zombie films of all time. I just did the thing.
You did.
And do you know who almost directed this?
Who?
Tobe Hooper.
No.
Bizarre, right? Dan O'Bannon. Heavy Metal.
Heavy Metal. Considered by many to be the quintessential adult animation film.
Oh, yeah. Again.
And I mean animation aimed at adults, not adult animation.
Yeah. Nudity. I have a funny story to tell you about this
do you?
movie. Yes, I do. So, Linnea Quigley was the star of this movie. Or she was the lead ingenue.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a scene where she's supposed to dance naked on a tombstone. And the producers come in and they say, whoa, 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 what's going on? You can't have her dancing naked on a tombstone. I can see her bush.
Right.
It's like, Dan O'Bannon was like, all right. As soon as the producer left, he said, okay, somebody get a razor, shave Linnea. So they go in the back, they shave Linnea's pussy.
Pubic hair. I was gonna say, if you were looking for the gentle way to say it, you failed.
So the producer comes back, and he's like, what the fuck? You can't show a bald vagina in a movie. So what they ended up doing is putting on a baby doll. I shouldn't use the word baby doll. I don't know why when you're referring to a genitalia, but like a Barbie doll,
They made a merkin.
Merkin, a Barbie doll merkin, big whatever. Yes, I'm saying baby way too much when it comes to merkins. Heavy metal nakedness.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's a repeat thing in Dan O'Bannon's work.
Total Recall, not only nakedness but 3 tits.
Yeah. Yeah. So he likes to one up himself.
Yeah. And of course, Alien and Aliens.
Correct.
And probably his most famous work
He didn't write Star Wars.
is the complete saga of Star
He didn't
Wars.
write Star
Not
Wars.
a lot of nudity.
He didn't write Star Wars.
At one point, you do see Darth Maul's dong, and it has a spike on the end of it. It's kind of weird.
Disney will slap this video from the internet so fast.
Fuck you, Disney. How about that?
Well, yeah, sure. I mean, right before I try and get my name out there, I make sure to step on the Giants' nutsack.
Yeah, okay. So, what we need you to do is we need you to give us money. Do you want us to continue to do this? Because we have other shit we can do. You know what I mean?
Alright, look, I'm going to be honest with you. We are not those YouTubers with,
Money?
that as well. I was going to say,
Clout?
dignity.
Yes.
Who will find cute little ways to throw in that they need money in order to continue doing what they're doing. We need money in order to continue doing this because we need to be able to buy the films, we need to be able to review the films, and then we need to be able to record us reviewing the films for you. And if you like us doing that, then we need your money to do it. So click on the Patreon link below this. Give us $1. Who cares? I don't care what it is. Give us money, and we'll continue to do this for you. I mean, really for us, because we enjoy doing it. But if you enjoy watching us, it's really a win-win. So,
think about it this way. For $1 a day, you can feed a kid in Africa, right? Is he giving you YouTube videos? I don't fucking think so. He's not doing shit for
that's
you.
not a great example because you should probably, if you can do that, you should probably feed the kid in Africa because he doesn't care about Lifeforce and probably not going to introduce you to Lifeforce, which is probably for the best, really. But if you have more expendable income, then give us $1 as well.
Or just do both.
Right.
Do both.
Right. If you have the income to do that. If you don't, you're free to watch these. Either way. I mean, we're not going to shame you for not paying us to do this.
If you don't have the money to do it, wait until your mommy falls asleep. Go into her bedroom, open up her purse, and look for the big bills. I know there's probably going to be a lot of ones in there because she strips at night. It's her second job. But we're looking for 20s, 50s, even 10s.
What are they going to do if they find a $20 bill in the purse? Are they going to go to Chase Bank and convert that to digital money and then pay us with it?
It's all about Bitcoin, brother.
Isn't it like $1,000 for a Bitcoin right now?
So really go through your mom's purse, and if she has any valuables, like in her dresser drawer, any kind of jewelry, diamonds, anything that looks like a diamond or an emerald, yeah, go ahead and hawk that. There's pawn shops everywhere.
Okay. We can stop now.
But just make sure you...
The money bit should last like 3 seconds, and we've been going on for like 5 minutes.
Just make sure you hit the like button and give us a thumbs up. And wait, that's the same thing. Yeah. Hit the like button, ring the bell, and subscribe. And don't forget to go to www.
Don't go to that. Lifeforce. If you want to watch a really ridiculous movie, watch it. If you don't want to watch a really ridiculous movie, watch another one of Dan O'Bannon's films. Return of the Living Dead, Alien, Aliens, Total Recall. They are much better films. Thanks for watching, guys.
Oh, yeah, wait. And Toby Hooper. Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2.
That's pretty much it. No,
Poltergeist. Okay, guys.
That's it for us. We'll see you on the next episode.
I've got to pee.
Oh.